This show is sponsored by PSE Archery, X Broadheads, Millennium Tree Stands, The Chase Deer Scent, Extreme Archery Products, Antler Insanity.
Welcome to Hunting This Week. Now, this is the very first webisode of this new type show. I've been wanting to do this show for a while. I just hadn't been able to figure out a way to make it work, or what's the best format, or what. It's a little bit different what we normally do on the Hunt 365 network. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to bring you a little bit of new information every week. So it's not really about, it's about the hunting industry, but it's more about, the first segment is going to be like news that we find interesting, just online. The next segment is videos we found interesting. It could be a Hunt 365 video that we got that just came out or is about to come out. Or it could be just a cool video like this week that we've seen a couple cool videos we want to share. And the third thing is I'm going to try to have a co-host with this show. And whatever the co-host is promoting or plugging or anything they would like to just talk about they're interested in, we'll have an interview at the last part of that. So anyway, we're driving down the road and me and my son are heading toward Georgia. And so today my son's going to be the co-host. So let's get started. As I said, we're heading down the road to Georgia. We're in the truck. We thought we'd try these GoPros out in the truck and do this show like this. There's not a lot of people on the road. Matter of fact, there's hardly any people on the road, so don't really think it's a safety concern. Plus, tonight gives us an opportunity to work and think about this show. So anyway, we're going to get our new PSE bows. I'm getting the new Evo, and Tad's getting the Chaos 1. So we're excited about that, and we'll be bringing different webisodes about that. But anyway, like I said, my co-host is Tad Givens. He is my son. He's been in front of the video camera for 3 years. He's got a bunch of turkey kills on video, probably about 9 or 10, something like that. I said countless, but he said countless was too many that you actually can count the number of turkey kills he had on video. He's killed some deer on video, and to be 13 years old, he's got a lot of experience on the camera. And just about it, he's been hunting hard for 4 years, so pretty much everything he's killed, we've got on camera. So he has a lot of experience, and so anyway, I wanted to bring him into this show today. Thanks for being here, buddy.
You're welcome.
So anyway, let's get on to the first segment of the show, which is us talking about a couple of news articles. So here we go. All right, Tad, read us the first article.
The first article is called Texas to Pay Sportsmen to Hunt Hogs. There are an estimated 5 million hogs in the United States, and half of which are located in the Lone Star State, which is Texas. So Texas already spends $7 million on fixing their hog problem, because hogs are always problems, and the people are saying it's not enough to prevent it, and the population from tripling the next year, up to 5 years. So to keep the pigs under control, the state has to eliminate 66%, which they normally eliminate 27 to 29% every year, which is 7,500,000 hogs, which is a lot, but it's still not enough. So the Texas Department of Agriculture is going to be partnering with the country governments to launch this 2013 CHAMP program. This will encourage countries to match the state funding up to $300,000, which will be paid to the hunters that actually hunt for the hogs. Okay, so that's an interesting article. Texas is taking a different approach. Hogs is a huge problem. What was the percent? How many percentage of the hogs in the country? How many hogs are in the country? Did the article say? About 7 million.
7 million hogs. And they're prolific breeders. I mean, you can take
5 million.
5 million. You can take a hog, a sow hog, and she can breed up to 4 times a year. And during that 4 times, she can have 10 to 15 piglets, I guess what you would call. And so you can just see how exponentially they can grow, and it seems like the hunters are shooting them at more of a linear pace and it's just not keeping up with the exponential pace. So anyway, Texas is actually going to put a bounty on the hogs and pay per hog. Now, the article didn't say how much it was going to pay per hog, but the only other place I've heard of doing something like this, Tad, is in Louisiana. And we actually saw that on a Duck Dynasty show. You remember when Jace picked up those nasty rat-looking things? They called them nutrients. Remember that? Those swamp rats is what they called them. It was one of the very first episodes of that show where he picked up like 4 or 5 of these on the side of the road. And they were those nutrient rats. Remember how they smelled real bad and they were talking about it? Well, the reason they picked them up, because I think they were worth like $5 a piece. And what it was, these nutrients got into the swamps, and they were destroying the swamps. So the state of Louisiana put a bounty on them. So everyone you caught, you got money. Just like when I was a kid, way back in the day, if you had a bottle, or when they sold Coke in bottles, you could get 5 to 10 to 15 cents for a bottle for turning them in at the gas stations or grocery store. So the bounty thing might work, and there's a ton of hunters in Texas that like to hunt hogs. So I think that's a great idea. And when I saw this article, I found it pretty interesting. So I'm going to follow that. All right, let's move on to the next article, Tad. Go ahead and read that one, bud.
The next article is called Colorado Hunting Boycott Loses Steam. So basically, when the Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper signed several gun control bills, the state people didn't really like it, and there was a lot of restlessness as gun owners and sportsmen opposed it, with a much dreaded boycott of the state. At the time, the Outdoor Channel producer Michael Bain announced that he will not be filming in the Centennial State, and he called for the other hunters to likewise take their trips elsewhere. Now, since it's 2 months later, is the state's hunting industry bracing for the worst? Not really. Rather than dusting off cobwebs and playing solitaire, the employees of the Parks and Wildlife Department are busy handling over 468,000 applications for 2013 big game season. Instead of experiencing a loss, applications have increased by 17,000. For now, it seems that those who enjoy and support hunting in Colorado can breathe a sigh of relief. The state's new guns law, however, are still hotly contested. Starting July 1, the state will now begin limiting magazine capacity to 15 rounds and expand background checks and require firearm purchasers to pay a fee for those background checks.
All right, first of all, I'm not a big fan of boycotts. I can't think of any boycotts that ever really work. You know what a boycott is, bud. You went over that in school, right? You don't know what a boycott is? Well, a boycott is basically a group of people decide they're not going to buy a product or use a service, right?
Oh, okay.
Just like in the most famous boycott was the Boston Tea Party, remember?
Mm-hmm.
The English were charging a tax on the tea that they were selling, so they decided they weren't going to drink it, and therefore they boycotted. That's where a boycott really comes from. These guys in Colorado, they're having that knee-jerk reaction because of what happened in that movie theater in Aurora, Colorado. Remember the guy went in there and shot those people watching the Batman movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, they passed all these laws. So all these gun control companies, of course, Michael Bain, he does a couple really great shows on the Outdoor Channel revolving around guns and basic self-defense training. And they come up and they said that they're going to boycott Colorado because of these laws. I don't think that's a real good idea. A lot of people like to hunt, and by boycotting the government, I just think if anything, it's going to hurt the hunting industry in those states. Hunting industry didn't pass these laws. I think the way you take care of it and you get their attention is you vote these guys out, and you put another set of guys in and go in there and repeal those laws or come up with new laws to take that stuff away. That's the way you do it instead of boycott. Is get out there and vote. But anyway, it's interesting. Out of all this gun violence that's gone on in the last year, Colorado is really the only area, the only government that's actually passed legislature. The federal government, all they did was fail NRAs, increase memberships. If anything, the gun lobby's gotten stronger, and the Second Amendment rights is going to help us even more. So I thought I was going, you know, when I read this article, I thought all these points I wanted to share with my son and then bring it up to you guys. Anything you want to add, bud?
Not really.
Not really. That's the 13-year-old involved. We got some videos though, so let's move on to the video segment. So here we go. All right, we're going to show you these videos. Most of them come from YouTube, so we're going to try to embed them in this video. I don't know how well that's going to work. I hadn't tried that. But anyway, we're hopefully showing you the video of the first one. The first one is a race in West Virginia, a rally race, a Le Mans type race, where a doe was trying to come across the road during the middle of the race. We actually slowed it down so you could see it, and we'll go from there. What do you think of that one, Ty?
I think it was very interesting. I did not expect it to come out like that. I thought it would just jump across the road in front of them, not actually jump across the car. So that was really interesting.
It happened so fast, didn't it?
I had
Yeah, the guys that posted the video, they didn't slow it down. We're going to try to slow it down. So hopefully, we're showing it to you right now, slow it down. But when I watched it, it basically got by and I couldn't see the deer. And I watched it again, but I was really looking for the deer. I saw it that time. But can you imagine, you know, a rally type race? You're going around all these curves. You're driving anywhere from 15, 20 miles an hour around the curve to 100 miles an hour in the straightaway, and you see a deer go across the road. I don't quite understand what that deer is trying to cross the road, because you know this wasn't at the beginning of the race. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. The next one is this guy did a video of his bear hunt in Canada. Don't know exactly what province, I don't remember. But anyway, he recorded with his cell phone camera, and we should be showing that right now. And I've seen a lot of encounters where the bear climbed up the tree stand with the guy. Well, this one, the bear actually climbed up closer and actually was sniffing him. And that's kind of spooky. And I'm trying to go bear hunting next year, and my wife saw that video and she's like, "You're not going bear hunting." But did you ever think that that guy was in trouble when he was up that ladder? The bear was seemed passive, right? It was a black bear. It wasn't like a grizzly. But still, it's still kind of spooky seeing that big of an animal up there. What would you had to change your pants after that, Tad?
Not really, because...
Would you have reached out and petted him?
I don't know, probably not. But I don't know what I would have done.
Kind of freaky though, didn't you? Of course, the guy, after he turned the phone around and he said a bad word, I think after he recorded it, it kind of got his attention and kind of made him think about how actually serious it was. So, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, the next one is by the Mossy Oak guys. And apparently they're introducing a new camo pattern called Blades. And a couple of the cameramen, of course, they're up in Mississippi, right close to Mississippi State. A couple of the camera guys obviously know the little things about weather balloons. So when you say launch, these guys must have came up with the idea that, hey, let's put this camo pattern with Mossy Oak logo 100,000 miles in space. Not 100,000 miles, 100,000 feet. That'd be a long ways, wouldn't it? That'd be past the moon. But anyway, 100,000 feet. And it's pretty cool. They actually very systematic. I'm actually an aerospace engineer, and I was pretty impressed by their rig. And you were too, weren't you, bud?
It was cool.
A lot of people were like, why would you want to do that? And I'm like, well, you know, the launch is cool video. People talking about the camo pattern now, right? And I thought it was really cool, didn't you, bud?
Yeah, it was super cool.
All right, so the last segment of the last part of the video segment, I want to talk about the Hunt 365. It's summer, so we're kind of a little slow. So the only really good thing going on is the Reality Hunt Club. We released our video of our summer planting, and of course you can go to hunt365.tv to watch that. And it got a lot of video of about a 2 to 3 week period where we started disking up the ground all the way to when we sprayed when it actually came up. So we're heading up today. I'm kind of anxious to see how good our soybeans are doing. The next one is the first batch of trail camera photos, and that's been from the 15th of June to about the 15th of May to the 10th of June. And in that one, I'm just going to show you a bunch of young bucks, nice bucks, and a couple oddities. We got a deer that's got some kind of tumorous growth underneath our throat. Of course, we got a buck that a guy shot last year in the leg, and he's still hanging in there. He's got a real blown up knee joint, or whatever you want to call that, in his leg. He's still around, so we're starting to watch his antlers grow. And we got some turkey biddies. So watch that video and see, just see what's going on with the Reality Hunt Club web series that we got on our Hunt365.tv network. So anyway, let's move on to the interview portion with Tad. That's what he's been really waiting for since he's been so talkative in this show. So the first question is going to be, what do you think what's your favorite hunt that we videoed so far?
My favorite hunt has to be my first hunt because it was the first one we videoed, and it was a big gobbler, probably the biggest one I've ever killed.
Yeah, he had 3 beers. He had like 25 inches worth of beers, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, that was actually the first video that I ever videoed. That was 3 years ago, and I think that was his second bird, right?
Yeah, it's my second bird.
And we're showing you this video as we talk about it, and you can see how young he is, shooting a single barrel 20 gauge, right? He's actually hiding when the bird's coming down the road. There's a bunch of birds. So that's your favorite hunt?
Mm-hmm. I don't think I was using the 20 gauge though. I was using the barrel exchanger.
I think you're using the single shot. It was a 20 gauge, not the pump 20 gauge, but the single shot 20 gauge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're using that, which kicked like a mule. Remember? All right, my next question to my co-host this week is, if you had to choose one, which one would you rather hunt, whitetail or turkeys?
Turkeys.
Why?
Because they're more fun to hunt, and usually you don't sit in one place the whole time, and most of the time it's like you move around and try to go to them. It's like more active, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I just like it more.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to get on a big buck. We've killed some does, but the turkey hunting is a lot more dynamic. It's a lot more moving, a lot more. You hear them gobbling, and you hunt food sources or trying to call them up. Yeah, it is a little bit more. Yeah, that's a tough one. I might choose turkey too. I love my deer hunting, but boy, we sure are good at thumping turkeys now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right, now we video. Basically we go hunting, we video. If it's raining and we can't video, we really don't go hunting. So, what do you think the pros and cons of me videoing you? I mean, what do you like about it, and what don't you like about it?
Well, I like it because you get to share your experiences and like keep them going if you're doing it with your grandfather and your dad, so you can like always look back on them. But I think there's only like one con. It is if you ever miss, you get people nag you all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Can you think of a miss?
Yes.
Which miss comes to your mind about somebody nagging you?
The one where a teacher says, "I can't believe you missed that bird."
Now this is 2 years ago, and I think that's the last animal you missed, wasn't it? Want to show that video clip? Let's show that video clip of that hunt. So stand by, let's look at that clip real quick. You gonna shoot him? Don't rush. Don't rush. Good headshot. So anyway, Tad wasn't expecting that, and I wasn't thinking about putting that in here. So as you saw that clip, that was the last miss 2 years ago that he's missed the turkey season. Since then, he's killed 6 in a row. He hasn't missed at all. He's just been a stone cold killer. But anyway, he missed that bird, and it was 3 of us sitting in that tent. And as you can hear, his grandfather said, "I can't believe you missed that bird." That was priceless. But anyway, that's his worst con. That's pretty good, because I miss and I do stupid things, and I still put them up on the TV for everybody to see. So we're going to get our new PSE bows. That's going to be a new challenge for you. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm excited about it because, like, bows are, like, been around a long time, and it's, like, seems fun to, like, use them and stuff, and it gives you a workout, too, when you practice with them.
Playing stick and string, playing Indians. You've been playing cowboys, now you're going to be playing Indians, right? We got to get those deer that close, so that's going to be a challenge. So I want to thank Tad for being my co-host. Of course, he's a captive audience member driving down the road. It's about 3.5 hour drive up here. It's kind of boring. Of course, you can watch all our shows on the Hunt365.tv network. We'll try to bring more of these webisodes of this type of show. I don't think during time constraints we're going to be able to do it every week. But even though the title is Hunting This Week, of course, you can go to the website huntingthisweek.com. We're working on that. So go to our Hunt365.tv and watch our other shows. And stay tuned. And if you got any comments, leave them on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. Tell me what you think of this format. And thanks for watching. And we're fixing to get busy working. So thanks for watching Hunting This Week.
If you like this show, watch our other shows at hunt365.tv. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button on the screen, or connect with us and receive notices of all our new episodes by liking our Facebook page.